So, whenever you guys are ready, could you tell me about what you made?
Sure. You want to go right?
Yeah. So we kind of made a game where it listens to the actual notes that you play and like sees whether you hit the notes correctly. So it's similar to Guitar Hero, but instead of pressing buttons, it's actually listening to it. So you could play with an actual instrument.
Yeah. And then we're gonna demonstrate it here, I guess, with
Okay.
An actual instrument, which we have a digital piano with us. We don't have an actual one. But like when you hit the notes, it'll play a frequency. We have that set up to a speaker that's connected to the microphone, so that'll pick it up and then check it. So to start, I'll just put up Happy Birthday. So there's a couple of difficulties that just vary with like the speed of the song. Just for the demonstration, I'll go with Novice.
Okay.
And then you can see, so all these different notes are picking up at their respective locations on the screen. And when you get a match, it'll show up green, and when you get a miss, it'll turn red.
Okay.
And your accuracy is shown on the top right. And then basically, because it's a actual instrument and not a pure note, we had to do a little bit of extra work to make sure the harmonics didn't get picked up too. So we did something called a strum, which is like an FFT of an FFT, and then that helps like remove the harmonics basically. Just keep the fundamental.
So you detected the fundamental with the sepstrum?
Yeah.
So just to be clear, you're using an online keyboard there, but it might as well be a real keyboard.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
all it's doing is producing sound out of these speakers that are being picked up by the microphone.
Yeah.
So the only data input to the system is audio. It's
Yeah.
just through the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If we could sing better, we could do that too, but I don't think we can make that work. So. But yeah, and then we added a couple songs as well. So Happy Birthday is the easiest one. We just did that for a proof of concept, but we added, oh, that's the wrong controls.
So am I right that in principle you could plop this thing on top of a real piano and sit there and play the piano,
Exactly.
and it would work just as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his piano was in tune. Yeah.
Wow.
So the other songs we wrote is Jingle Bells, which is a little harder, so I won't do that one. But then Fear Elise, I was practicing a little bit. Basically, we write these up as just each of these arrays here is a different song, and they're quite long. But basically, they just represent. They have one array that contains the notes as they are represented in terms of frequency.
Yeah.
Another array represents, it's just going to store whether or not you hit the right note or not. And then the last one stores their timings with respect to the internal clock of the system. So then I just wrote this all up based on the sheet music, and then now it'll use that as reference to compare with what you play.
So you had to come up with your own music representation here, and then you would manually go in and translate from a more conventional representation for music, like sheet music, into your own
Pretty much, yeah.
that you've come up with. Okay. Wow.
Okay. This one's a little harder, so I don't know. I won't do it that well, but if you know Fear Elise.
Well, that's a lot of notes. Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
No problem.